49ers faithful. Today we're diving deep into everything happening with our San Francisco 49ers, exploring all the latest developments and breaking down the strategy behind the team's moves, or in this case, their decision not to make moves. I know a lot of you have been eagerly waiting to hear my take on the trade deadline and how the team is navigating the season with some key injuries. So let's get into it. The big question on everyone's mind has to be, how do we feel about the 49ers choosing to stand pat instead of buying or selling at the deadline? With the roster dealing with the absence of Mike Williams, Nick Bosa, and Fred Warner, many of us expected some action. On paper, you might have thought they'd look to bring in talent to fill those gaps, but the 49ers opted to hold, and there's a reason behind it. It's clear that San Francisco is playing the long game. They're investing in their coaching staff, relying on their young talent to gain experience, and prioritizing sustainable growth over short-term gains. Yes, every fan would love to see a blockbuster move, especially when injuries hit hard, but sometimes patience is a strategy in itself. The front office seems to have assessed the market carefully and determined that no trade available was worth sacrificing the future for the present. It's a disciplined approach, and while it may not satisfy the immediate cravings for action, it speaks to a calculated mindset that values development over desperation. Looking back, last season the 49ers were in a position where they tried to go all in, attempting to maintain their core roster and chase the Super Bowl. That experiment didn't go as planned, and this offseason has reflected a shift in thinking. The team decided to reevaluate and start reshaping its future while still competing at a high level today. This isn't a resignation from the goal of winning. The 49ers remain a team fully committed to playoff contention, but they're not mortgaging the next few years for a single season. It's a delicate balance, but it's one that could set them up for sustained success. When you think about risk and strategy, it's worth considering past examples across the league. Teams like the Rams have pulled off aggressive, all-in approaches with varying results, while other organizations have emphasized long-term team building through the draft and youth development. San Francisco seems firmly in the latter category now. They're willing to grow through experience, allowing rookies and second-year players to contribute meaningfully while learning and adjusting at the same time. This infusion of youth is paired with seasoned leadership to maintain competitiveness, even in the face of injuries and adversity. Let's break down the current roster situation, especially on defense, which has been a major concern for many fans. After the trade deadline passed, the defensive line remained intact without any significant acquisitions. That meant relying on players like Bryce Huff, Sam Aquanu, Robert Beal, Kean White, Clint Ferrell, Khalil Davis, Jordan Elliott, Alfred Collins, Kevin Gibb, and C.J. West to carry the load. Beyond that, the practice squad provides additional depth, with contributors like Evan Anderson and Sebastian Valdez waiting for opportunities to step up. The line may not have the star power it once did with Bosa and Williams, but there's still potential for growth, and the team is banking on developing cohesion and consistency through gameplay and repetition. Another impressive shift this season has been the rookie contribution. After historically being one of the older squads in the league, the 49ers have transitioned to a team where rookies now account for a significant portion of snaps, providing energy, speed, and hunger that have elevated the overall play of the team. Players from last year's draft and this year's class are stepping up in ways that are both surprising and promising. Even without a full roster of established stars, the team is performing admirably, especially in areas like run defense. What once was a vulnerability has turned into a strength, with a combination of youth infusion, smart coaching, and precise adjustments. Defensive assignments are being executed at a high level, and the unit is showing adaptability and growth week by week. We also have to appreciate the coaching efforts that are often underappreciated. Kyle Shanahan's role this season has been remarkable, especially considering the roster challenges. With injuries impacting key players, Shanahan's ability to keep the offense functional and competitive is a testament to both strategic acumen and adaptability. Christian McCaffrey continues to produce at a high level, and the supporting cast has stepped up to fill gaps, creating a multi-dimensional offense even with personnel setbacks. The performance on third downs, the efficiency in critical moments, and the ability to manage games under pressure all point to a coaching staff that understands how to maximize the talent available. Another fascinating element is how narratives about the team are shifting. At the start of the season, skeptics doubted the 49ers' ability to compete without a full roster of stars. Now, even some of the harshest critics are beginning to recognize the progress and resilience of this squad. That's a reflection not only of results on the field, but also of the development of young players and the strategic decisions of the organization. The team has embraced the challenge, leaned into adversity, and found ways to succeed while still adhering to a long-term vision. This balance between immediate competitiveness and future preparation is delicate but promising. As we look ahead, the upcoming games, particularly the matchup against the Los Angeles Rams, will be telling. The Niners have the chance to showcase that their approach is sustainable and effective, even against fully staffed opponents. With every game, players gain experience, cohesion grows, and confidence builds. The foundation being set now, through careful roster management, strategic patience, and youth development, could result in a formidable team that remains competitive for years to come. Even without major acquisitions at the deadline, the 49ers are positioning themselves for success in ways that may not be immediately obvious, but could pay massive dividends down the line. Overall, what's clear is that the 49ers are not simply reacting to circumstances. They're shaping their trajectory with intent. The focus on player development, draft evaluation, and integrating young contributors into meaningful roles demonstrates a commitment to building a powerhouse team over the long haul. Injuries and challenges are part of the game, but the organization's willingness to stick to its principles, invest in youth, and leverage coaching expertise signals a strategic mindset that aims for sustainable excellence rather than fleeting success. This approach, though sometimes frustrating for fans who crave immediate action, reflects a level of foresight that could define the next era of 49ers football. The energy, effort, and promise on this roster are undeniable. Every week, we're seeing rookies and young players contribute, veterans provide guidance, and coaching staff adapt to maximize effectiveness. The long-term potential is exciting, and the steps being taken now could create a team capable of contending at the highest levels for multiple seasons. The journey may not always be smooth, but the trajectory is clear, and the 49ers are making calculated moves to ensure that when opportunity knocks, they are fully prepared to seize it. We'll continue to watch as the season unfolds, with a close eye on the development of young talent, the adjustments of the coaching staff, and the resilience of the team in the face of adversity. The decisions made during this period, from draft strategy to game day management, will be pivotal in shaping the future of this franchise. What's happening now is the careful construction of a foundation, and while it may not be flashy, it has the potential to yield extraordinary results if executed properly. The 49ers are demonstrating that patience, strategic planning, and commitment to long-term growth can be just as powerful as immediate acquisitions and blockbuster trades. Every decision, every snap, and every adjustment is contributing to a larger vision. The combination of coaching, youth development, and roster management is creating a team that is learning, growing, and evolving. Even in the face of injuries and challenges, the 49ers are showing that their approach is grounded in strategy, foresight, and a commitment to sustained success. Fans may debate the pace and methods, but the results on the field and the trajectory of the organization speak volumes about the path being taken. The long game is underway, and the potential rewards are immense. As we continue to examine the 49ers' journey this season, it's impossible not to highlight the remarkable adaptability the team has shown under pressure. Losing foundational players like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner could have derailed any roster. Yet the team has found ways to compensate through discipline, coaching ingenuity, and the emergence of younger players stepping into critical roles. It's not just about filling gaps. It's about maximizing potential in every position, finding ways for contributions to add up across the roster. The defense, in particular, has evolved in impressive ways, showing resilience despite missing some key pieces. Looking at the edge rushers and defensive tackles, the players stepping up have provided a mixture of energy and experience, creating a unit that is far more cohesive than many would have expected this early in the season. Bryce Huff, Sam Aquanu, Robert Beal, and Kean White have become foundational contributors, each bringing unique skills and adaptability. The combination of youth and strategic coaching has allowed these players to thrive, showing that a team does not always need high-profile names to be competitive. It's about understanding the system, embracing assignments, and playing with the intensity required to maintain balance across the defensive front. The running game, once an area of struggle, has also shown marked improvement. The defensive adjustments, including strategic rotations and an emphasis on speed and discipline, have transformed the 49ers into a team capable of limiting opponents' ground game. Players who were previously under the radar have stepped into the spotlight, demonstrating skill, awareness, and hunger to prove themselves at the highest level. This focus on fundamentals, paired with innovative coaching, has turned vulnerabilities into strengths, allowing the 49ers to maintain competitiveness even when facing fully staffed teams. Offensively, Christian McCaffrey continues to be a cornerstone, but the team has developed depth and versatility beyond him. Supporting players have emerged in critical moments, and the coaching staff has done a masterful job of keeping the offense balanced and effective under challenging circumstances. Third down efficiency, red zone execution, and the ability to adapt to defensive schemes have all been notable improvements. The team's capacity to win with multiple contributors rather than relying solely on a single star player reflects both strategic depth and organizational foresight. The evolving narrative around Kyle Shanahan is also worth emphasizing. Early doubts about the team's ability to compete without all of its marquee players have been replaced with growing recognition of Shanahan's tactical skill and the overall team resilience. Critics who initially questioned the team's potential are now acknowledging that the 49ers can not only compete but excel, even against well-equipped opponents. This shift in perception is a testament to the coaching, preparation, and adaptability on display each week. Shanahan has demonstrated that coaching excellence is not just about XS and OS. It's about motivating players, adjusting to circumstances, and fostering an environment where emerging talent can flourish. The quarterback situation has required creative adjustments as well. The offense has had to compensate for injuries and absences, yet the integration of backups and the flexibility in play calling have allowed the team to remain efficient and productive. The offensive line has faced challenges, but strategic deployment and timely adjustments have kept the unit functional, protecting key players and enabling successful execution on both the passing and running games. This adaptability is a hallmark of a team that prioritizes system cohesion over individual dependency. Rookies and second-year players continue to be a bright spot, contributing meaningful minutes and impact plays across the roster. Their development has been carefully managed to ensure that each step forward builds confidence and competence, while also allowing veterans to mentor and guide. This balance of experience and youthful energy has created a dynamic environment, fostering growth while maintaining competitive integrity. The team's willingness to give young players meaningful roles reflects a forward-thinking approach that may yield long-term dividends. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. San Francisco is buzzing with whispers that could shake the 49ers to their core. Sources close to the team claim that Kyle Shanahan, head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, has officially broken ties with one of the squad's key starters following what insiders are calling a heated altercation in the locker room. The details remain murky, but multiple insiders insist that the confrontation was intense enough that Shanahan reportedly told the player, in no uncertain terms, that he won't be coming back. Shanahan, known for his strategic mind and intense coaching style, has built a reputation for expecting full commitment from his players. Yet, even by his own high standards, this incident appears to have crossed a line. The player, whose identity remains tightly guarded in media circles, is said to have clashed with Shanahan over a game plan disagreement that escalated behind closed doors. Eyewitnesses suggest that voices were raised, tempers flared, and teammates had to step in to prevent the situation from spiraling further. This fallout is particularly striking given Shanahan's history. Before taking the reins of the 49ers, he served as offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, Cleveland Browns, Washington Football Team, and Houston Texans, earning respect for his ability to craft dynamic offenses. Yet, those who know him well say Shanahan's intensity has always been a double-edged sword, brilliant in strategy, but unforgiving when discipline or attitude falters. The implications for the 49ers are enormous. Losing a starter under such circumstances could leave a gaping hole in the lineup, forcing Shanahan and his staff to reconsider rotations and depth charts midseason. Fans have taken to social media with mixed reactions, some praising Shanahan for standing his ground, others fearing that the locker room tension could destabilize the team. Even within the franchise, there are murmurs of unease. A player's absence is one thing, but a rupture of trust between a coach and a key contributor might ripple through the locker room, affecting morale and cohesion. With Shanahan signaling that this player is done with the team, speculation is already mounting about potential trades, releases, or even a dramatic public confrontation down the line. As the NFL world watches closely, one thing seems certain. The 49ers are in the midst of a drama that could define Shanahan's tenure in San Francisco. For now, the locker room remains tense, the fans are anxious, and the rumor mill is working overtime. Only time will tell if this is a temporary rupture or the beginning of a seismic shift in the Bay Area's football landscape. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.